We are tier ranking the best back exercises for getting a nice Dorito-shaped frame with wings that can fly away and make all the baddies love your laddies. Our tier list here says GOAT, most effective, good, neutral, ineffective, stupid slash dangerous. Hopefully nothing makes it into that category. We'll see how this goes, okay? We have quite a few of them, so I'm sure some of them will. Bent or rows. I'm gonna put it at most effective because it can make your lower back sore, and I don't like that because I am trying to get my bend over row to like the round 315 because I feel like that's going to help me get a 500-pound deadlift. However, it makes your lower back so god dang sore. So it's really effective, but it's not goated, I would say. And I think the criteria for goated would be doesn't make anything excessively sore, makes you feel sore in the right spots, gets you big and wide, and is not super hard to do. Like, it's not super hard to set up. So this one fits almost all of them, but you just get so sore in your lower back. Personally, I don't know. Maybe everybody does it. It might be goat for someone else. Let's keep going. Metal rows. I think this is stupid. I mean, the setup is hard. It's not that effective. Any landmine activity basically has to be set up so perfectly. So that's not the one that I think is great. Not a big fan of the metal rows. Chin-ups, goated, absolutely goated. If you disagree, you just don't know how to do chin-ups and you probably have small biceps and small back. Do chin-ups, absolutely. They're the best. Single arm cable row, pretty good. I mean, I like the cable row. I just think that kind of the single arm and it isolates. Let's go most effective. I like it. It's a little bit, it's like we're almost getting to the level where it's like too much work, right? When you're like on your knee with the single arm pulling down, twisting, doing that, like, brother, it's a little bit much. I don't think we need to really be getting into all that. You might if you're a bodybuilder and you're really like trying to get that specific spot of your back that's too small and atrophied for any other portion to get. Sure, let's give it a shot. The machine back extension. This is stupid. Why are you doing that? It's not as bad as the metal. Like, the metal row is better than that for sure. For sure. I would almost say the middle row is just like ineffective. Because no disrespect to Meadows. John Meadows. Lat pull downs. Let's try the lat pull downs. These ones are going to obviously be goated. I love them. I do them all the time. Everybody does them. If you want a big back, it's pretty much like ingrained into big back philosophy that you need to do lat pull downs. Inverted rows. Australian rows. They're pretty good. I like them. They're really easy to do. Easy to set up. You can pretty much do them anywhere. Like one of the calisthenic staples. So I think it's a good exercise. I just don't know if it's like the most effective, but I guess I could do more of them and see how effective they are. I'm still putting them at good though. Hyperextension. I guess if you're an athlete, they're okay. I don't know. I'm putting them at neutral. They're not like my favorite thing to do. Underhand lat pull down, that is goated for sure. More so than the actual lat pull down. Underhand lat pull down, so underrated. So underrated. I think if you want big lats, I'm gonna put that number one so far. It doesn't want me to put it there. If you want big lats, you need to do the underhand pull down. Nobody does it. I don't think so. And it makes a huge difference, guys. Huge difference. Let's go to barbell shrugs. I like this, but my traps are naturally gifted, so I don't do them very often. It can give you like a headache and make your neck hurt, but it does make you look like an absolute savage. So I'm going to go ahead and put barbell shrugs at good. Yeah, good. They still make you look like a beast. T-bar rows, I actually love the T-bar rows. I'm going to put those at most effective. If you have the setup right, where you can get a little bit of elevation and it's still between your legs and you kind of have a deficit so it can go down and doesn't hit the ground, top-notch activity. You really can't beat T-bar rows. It's awesome. Lights up your whole back. Bent over dumbbell row. I'm going to put that like, I don't know, I'm putting that in neutral. I don't like that exercise because it's so awkward. It just doesn't feel right. Like, it's hard to get the right momentum because it's just such a strange setup. You're just pulling it, I mean, maybe for some people it works well, but I feel like the setup is just real weird. Not for me. I don't like the orientation of the weights. I don't like the way that it feels when I pull them up. I don't feel like it's easy for me to balance myself. I just am not a fan of the movement whatsoever. Single arm lat pull down. See, but these seated still, so it's okay. But like when you get into the ground, you start doing the bent over thing. I'm not into that. It's just too much, right? I mean, like I said, I see the versatility of it, but I feel like it just gets too much. The single arm lat pull down, I'm going to go ahead and put it at most effective, even though I don't really want to, right? Pendlay row, that's a great exercise, but this is killer for the lower back. But if you aren't a glass back, it's still very good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting it at good, just because like, I don't really know if you need to get that low. I do think the stretch is amazing, but I don't know if you need to get that low in order to really see effectiveness. Great exercise. I might be a glass back, and that's why I can't do it. So I'm not hating on anybody that does it. I'm just saying for me personally, it's more in the good instead of the goat most effective because it just requires so much other activation. Like it even starts hitting your hamstrings, right? Because you're like really hitting a stretch at that point. So it's like, we're doing back exercises or are we doing something else? Seal row is actually goated. If you can get that set up, it's actually goated. I'm going to put it right here. It's not easy to set up, but everything else about it is GOAT level. So I do recommend it highly because you're essentially getting no body English whatsoever. You're just pulling the weight up to the thing, to the bench itself, or whatever is holding you at that level, right? And once you kind of have yourself in that position, there's no body English you can use. It's only back. There's no momentum, is what I'm trying to get at. No momentum at all. It's a great exercise. Let's do the straight arm lat pullover. I like that one. Let's go ahead and put it at good because it's not my favorite because I feel like sometimes the stretch is kind of hard, but the contraction on this one is insane. Um, I'm putting it at good, the best good exercise that we've seen so far. I do like it a lot, but I almost like, I don't know if it's on here. Yeah, it is. So we'll get to the one that I prefer. Machine row, that is a goated exercise. I like the machine back exercises because really it's so simple. You don't have to worry about anything. You're just pulling the weight, being a real savage. I think that it's definitely the way to go if you're going to try to get a huge back. Like the underhand hammer strength machine, that is one of my favorites for sure. Cable row, I'm going to put that at most effective. I do like it. No, I'm putting in the goated because really the goated exercises are your dream exercise setup. Pull-ups, number one thing. I always do pull-ups, start every single one of my thing with that. Neutral pull-ups are also going to be up there. Bent over, I mean, but like pull, it's just the most natural thing you should be doing, right? Good for shoulder health. It's going to get your back huge. It's going to be really impressive. It leads to a muscle up. It's a win-win-win-win. You need to do it, and you're going to be super sore. It's very accessible. It's the easiest thing you can possibly ever do. If you don't have pull-ups in your regimen, you need to be doing at least assisted pull-ups, which is going to help you get to the pull-up level. Bent over dumbbell rows. I'm going to put these at neutral because it's like the same thing as the bent over dumbbell row from before, but this one's on a bench, really. I like that one better, actually, that it's on the bench. I'm going to put it at good, above the shrugs. I actually think this is much better because it's actually on a bench as opposed to just standing there, so you don't have that same type of balancing kind of weird setup where you have to worry about getting it all into position. It's essentially like the seal row. It's almost most effective, but you just can't get a really heavy weight because it's hard to get into this position, so you can't do a super heavy weight. It's just not really feasible. Close grip lat pull down. I guess that's pretty good. I mean, I'm putting it at good though because I don't really do it. I'm putting it most effective because I'm sure it's going to give you a lot of thickness, and I actually need to probably work this into my workouts because I have a real thin back. It's wide, but it's not thick. You know what I'm saying? Dumbbell pullover. That is going to be GOAT for me. I love that exercise. I think that provides a really huge stretch on the lats as well as your chest. I think it's a little bit of both, and I'm always trying to work in more chest whenever I can because I just feel like that's my weakest attribute personally. However, that shouldn't really come into play on a back day, but I do like that exercise. It hits a little bit of chest, and it just it gets the lats so good, more than I think the cable straight pull down. So if you can work yourself into this position, it can be a little bit awkward, but I think it's worth it. We have our last few here. The lawnmower is the single arm dumbbell row. It's pretty good. I'm gonna put it at most effective. Honestly, I do like this one a lot. I used to do it all the time. One of my faves. Dumbbell shrugs are better than barbell shrugs, but these are kind of just like these are other. Those two are kind of just repeats of other ones, just kind of in different variation, which we kind of gone over. But the single arm dumbbell row though is a good one. Really big stretch, and it's kind of easy to sit yourself in that position. You can do pretty heavy weight too because you're very nice and stable. The dumbbell shrugs are pretty much the same thing as the barbell shrugs, but I feel like it's just a better position. It doesn't hurt your neck as much, so it's a little bit more natural. And I think that makes a difference, right? Makes it top tier good exercise. Face pulls are awesome if you're looking to improve your posture. They're not like a huge muscle building one, so I'm going to put them at neutral. It just depends. It can be way better for some people, but if you're someone that's really strong, there's no need to do face pulls. But if you're someone that's kind of like on the beginner scale, it's a great thing to do for you. But if you're huge already, you don't really need them. Good mornings, basically like a hamstring exercise. I'm going to put that at ineffective almost because it's just going to hurt you. I don't really think it really does that much. And you basically get that same thing from every other exercise on here. You're going to hit the lower part of your back on every other exercise, and that's the only thing it's working out. So that is my tier list for a back day or for back workouts. Speaking of a back day, if you do anything in this GOAT category, right, you're going to want to start off with the pull-ups, and I would just do basically pull-ups, chin-ups, and then neutral grip, 3 sets, right? And you're going to boom in succession. Then you're going to move yourself over to the underhand lat pull downs. Maybe do a machine row after that. And if you still have any more energy, you could hit a lat pull down or a cable row. And then if you do the next time, you're going to go ahead and start with a lat pull down. And then you could even do an assisted pull up or just do pull ups both days. That's what I do, pull ups on both days. So I always start with pull ups, and then I would move to either a dumbbell pullover as one of my last exercises, and then throw in the seal row too on that second day. So you're basically going to just try to figure out whichever 3 makes the most sense for you after you do the pull-ups, or whatever 2 to 3 after you do the pull-ups, depending on how sore you are. And we're going to keep these reps in between maybe 4 sets and 8 to 12. That's my preferred rep range. You can always switch it up. If you can't get to 8, and you want to push it, you want to get 6 that day because you want to feel strong, go for it. But I'm just saying the most pump that I feel is in that range. Love hearing from you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm excited to do the next tier ranking list. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.